It's your girl TT here to give you your dose of positivity. I still have to work on an intro, but bear with me. I'ma get it. But today's title will be about the quarantine. Like how they normally say life is what you make it. Well, quarantine is what you make it. And I must say that COVID came here and ruined all of our plans. Many of us were looking forward to going on those nice vacations, going to eat at all the restaurants we could think of, going out with our friends, just really enjoying the summer, and even going to fetes like for carnival. A lot of us had plenty plans to enjoy summer 2020, but unfortunately it's technically cancelled thanks to Corona. But really truly this video is to kind of encourage you all, because the quarantine is really what you make it. So I know that many people are like, oh my god, I'm going crazy, I'm gonna pull my hair out, I'm tired of being stuck inside, I hate the quarantine. I know a lot of people are losing their minds right now, but I just basically want to tell you about how I turned the quarantine into an opportunity for me to do the things that I keep putting off, or even to, well, just basically find opportunities to enjoy it, to use it to my benefit. So this quarantine has provided me with a lot of free time to do things, and so one of those things were to work on my mental health. And I know mental health is something a lot of people take for granted, but really truly, you're not healthy if your mind is not at peace. If you're not at peace, you're not really healthy. Like, I was going through so much in Nassau. I had a rough life. I'm not even going to talk about my rough life. I'll leave that for another story. But coming home to Freeport and being with my family and being under my mother's roof and not having to worry about paying bills, buying groceries, walking to and from school, catching ride with strangers, I don't have to worry about my fast Nassau life. And so I really was able to have a peace of mind, to be comfortable, and to actually sleep, because I never slept like that in Nassau. It also helps me to reevaluate my likes and desires, because sometimes we don't give ourselves a chance to really think about what we like and dislike. Sometimes we just end up in situations and we just have to deal with it. But I realized that I don't want to go back to my jobs in Nassau. I just feel like they aren't for me. I don't feel like they're my calling. And I realized that if I really allow God the opportunity to work and guide me in the direction He wants me to go, then He will bless my path. Because if I try to do things on my own, then I will always be frustrated. I will never be satisfied job wise, and so I won't be really getting any benefits from the jobs that I have. And so I was able to reevaluate what I like and dislike. I was also able to remember my passion, because I write poems, and I've been writing poems from 2014, but I never had the time to really like put them together. I don't know if anybody else faces this as a writer, but normally we would write things in like our notepad on our phone, or like in a black and white notebook, but I never really actually put them together and then like let people hear them. And so I was able to actually beautify my poems. So I was able to find all of my poems from 2014 inside some screenshot I had, and I was able to type them up nice and neat and also beautify them. The first poem that I published, or posted I should say, was on independence. I wrote that in 2017, but I'll definitely be posting more of my poems. It also reminds me of how much I like to speak and how much I like to tutor. So with the tutoring, having free time, I was able to help a lot of students in their college classes and things of that sort, and so that kind of made me feel really good, because that's something that I like to do. That's something that I'm passionate about, helping people. And also speaking. A lot of people have not seen me post on social media like that, and if I do post, it'll probably be just to change my profile picture or something. And so you've been seeing me, but you haven't really been hearing me. And if you know Tiasha, you know that she likes to talk. And so I realized that it's time to stop being quiet. It's time to really speak up and really continue motivating and encouraging people, because that's all a lot of people need in this life. Like, so with so much going on, we just need somebody to speak life into us, somebody to encourage us, to inspire us, and that's what I'm here to do. Another thing that the quarantine has helped me with is my physical health. As I mentioned, my life in Nassau, it was rough. And I really wasn't eating healthy, because normally when you're on the go, you're going from this job to that job, to this school to that school. It's so much, and sometimes it's hard to say, well, cook food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, sometimes you just have to go to those fast foods for that quick access to food, because you don't have the time to be preparing all these meals. It's just easy food. And so I've been putting a lot of Wendy's in my body, a lot of Bamboo Shop, a lot of Kentucky. I've just been eating horribly, and I also haven't had the time to exercise. I was staying active, but I wasn't really like using time to actually exercise, lift weights, really watch my figure, watch my diet. I didn't have a chance to do any of that. As I mentioned, I didn't have a chance to sleep. But when I came home to Freeport, I had more free time, and I could actually say that I'm exercising and I must say I put on a lot of weight because I wasn't watching my figure, but I must say that now that I have free time, I can actually do that. Another thing that the quarantine has helped me with was also just taking care of myself, taking care of my skin, taking care of my hair, because if you know me, all I like to do is just push my hair up in one. Like, as a natural girl, it's so tough to just deal with this. So I've actually been taking care of my hair. Like, I can actually say that I took time to twist this and then also loose this out. And also with my face, I've been able to use face wash, stay inside, not drink up a bunch of soda. So I've been trying to take care of my skin, take care of my body. Quarantine has also helped me with my spiritual health. And as I mentioned in my previous video, my priorities were kind of in the wrong place. Well, they were very much in the wrong place. But I was able to find an online church and be blessed by it. And I must say, shout out to Transformation Church. Yes, I'm a part of the TC Nation with Pastor Michael Todd, and he is so anointed. He's blessed my life tremendously with his sermons. And I'm also appreciative of the little Bahamas TC Nation that we have, led by Miss Carol Pinter. We meet on Sundays on a Zoom call, and we actually watch Transformation live. So although we can't physically go to church, we have like a little church community on Zoom, and I must say that I love them so much. It's a really, really nice community. Shout out to Bahamas TC Nation right here at Grand Bahama. So yes, I've been able to work on my spiritual health. I've also been able to join Bible studies. I started with my friends, and then one of my close friends introduced me to this more intimate Bible study where it's more personal. So it's like 3 leaders, and they're helping me understand the Bible, and so they help to hold me accountable. They really help me to really understand the scriptures in depth. And I must say that I'm so grateful for those ladies who God has blessed me with, because they really, really are helping me along my journey, along my faith walk with God. Quarantine has also allowed me the opportunity to spend time with my family and friends. And I must say, moving to Nassau was a struggle for me. And every time I would come home for like a few days, I would always try to go with my nieces and nephews and record a video and be like, what's my name? Auntie Peachy. And if they don't say Auntie Peachy, I get really, really, really depressed, because I'm like, I don't want to be that auntie that they forget. I don't want it to be where it's like, oh, hey, Susie, I used to change your pampers, girl. You remember, auntie? And then Susie looking at you like, who you is? I don't know you. I do not want to be that auntie. I want to be the auntie that you remember, that you knew while you were growing up. So I was able to spend time with my family. So my nieces and nephews get to see me on a daily basis now, or I should say a regular basis because of COVID. But they get to see me now. It's not like, oh, auntie in here, auntie far away. You could actually see auntie. I right here, y'all. Say auntie. Sorry, I love my nieces and nephews so much. It's like 15 of them. I was also able to have some free time to research and plan for the future. And I must say that sometimes we go through life and we just go with the flow and just let things happen, but then we realize like, oh my god, this is a lot going on. I have too much going on. I need to step back and really organize my time. Basically able to organize my time better instead of having so much on my time and then having to go through so much processes of like, I can't do this, and too much happening one time, because life could get complicated if you don't organize your time. I was also able to plan for my immersion, because as a Spanish minor at the University of the Bahamas, we have to do an immersion, and the university doesn't plan it. You have to plan it yourself. And I'm saying to myself, oh my god, this trip is going to cost me like $5,000. Like, how am I going to come up with all that money? How am I going to plan it? And so I was able to use the quarantine time to research like maybe 10 different types of programs. And some of the ones that I found was like Maximo Nivel. I found Spanish language travel, which is a traveling classroom, and so much others. But the one that stood out to me, and the one that I want to take into consideration, is the CRLA, which is the Costa Rican Language Academy. And I must say that they are very affordable. The price is nowhere near $5,000. And if you know me, you know I cheat. So if I say it's affordable, it's very affordable, and it's very inclusive as well. It takes into consideration all of your accommodations, your meals, your classes, even your excursions. Because I mean, who's going all the way to Costa Rica just to learn Spanish and you ain't getting to have no fun? Like, who doesn't want to go ziplining and whitewater rafting? And who doesn't want to go check out the coffee? I love coffee. So I was also able to develop and improve my skills. And on the topic of the Spanish immersion, I was able to use this time to subscribe to a Lingo PS site, which is a site that allows you the opportunity to watch Spanish shows and series and listen to Spanish music. So it helps you to really develop your Spanish speaking. skills, or your Spanish fluency, I should say. And I honestly recommend this site if you already are intermediate or an advanced Spanish speaker. Otherwise, if you're new to this, I would recommend like Duolingo. That is more beginner level. But for Lingo Pierre, I must say it really helps me listen and understand, because my listening comprehension is the only thing that gives me challenges in Spanish. I talk fast, but those Spanish people, I don't know what they be on. They talk too fast. And so that site is allowing me to get into the habit of listening to it so that it could become natural. Another skill that I've been able to work on is my sewing skills. From I was like in the 3rd grade, I loved sewing. In high school, like if you had a hole in your shirt, I would say, take your shirt off, let me sew it up for you. But sew all kind of things, I just loved to sew. And so when I tried to buy a mask, I was like, okay, I need to buy a mask that's gonna go with everything. But the lady didn't have the color I was looking for, so I said, you know what? Let me try to see if I can make the mask myself. And I made so many masks. I even made kids masks. I must say I'm so proud of myself, and I made them on my hand. Hand stitched, no sewing machine, all on hand. Another thing that this quarantine has allowed me to do was start my YouTube channel. Listen to me, y'all. Y'all know I've been putting this off for 3 years. I finally had the free time to start it. I finally started, and y'all don't understand how happy I am to really say that I've done it. It feels like a sigh of relief. So now that I've talked about the things that I've used during my time of this quarantine, I want to mention some things that I've seen like my friends do. And so I want to give them shout outs, because I'm proud of them too, because there's a lot of things that you could be doing during this quarantine to really stay sane. And so the first thing I want to mention is baking and cooking things for the first time. A lot of my friends have been just chefing it up in the kitchen. And like I've seen like Jalicia making guava duff and some Sunday dinners, Seneca making monkey bread, Destiny making donuts, and she even have a donut business. And like also to Tanisha for making her cupcakes and her cookies, Jael, my model friend, for doing her bread rolls. Sis, yes, I saw you, girl. I see you, boo. So basically to everyone who has been making things, even to Shiro who's been making pizza, all these things that you could think of, they have been just maximizing their time and learning how to chef it up in the kitchen. I also want to shout out those who have been receiving certifications. And so shout out to Layla Bullard for getting a certification, I think, in hair braiding. I've seen a lot of people start braiding hair. I want to shout out Shania Parkinson. I also seen people get like lash extension certifications. Any type of certifications that you might have gotten over quarantine or even over just the course of your life, I want to commend you, because it took a lot to even want to say, well, okay, I want to be certified in this. So I salute you guys. So that's also something that you could do. You could work on being certified for something that you like. I also want to shout out those who have made their YouTube channel or have just been posting more. And so I want to shout out the people who I know I subscribe to. So I want to shout out Bernice Gibson. Y'all go and follow her. Shout out my girl Phaedra. Go and follow her as well. I want to shout out Nishana. Follow her. That's my best friend. Shout out Kiki Kianara. Yes, boo. I also want to shout out Conclave. That's a group of some of my high school friends. Shout out to them. I also want to shout out Ecclesia. I hope I said her name right. And I hope I didn't miss anybody. I probably did. But if you do have a YouTube channel, link it below so that we can go in there and support you. Support your own Bahamians. Y'all support them. Like, if you want to have social events, but you can't really be physically social, I want to shout out Saucy, my Saucy family in Nassau and Freeport, because we had like a nice Zoom social and that was so good. Like, you have to get creative during this quarantine. There are things you could do to still have fun. Also, a big shout out to Cordell Newton, the Cool Studios. He's a really good photographer. We went to school together. He's the bomb. I remember this was early in the quarantine, at the beginning, very beginning of the pandemic. He did like a FaceTime photo shoot. So his model was on FaceTime and he snapped the shot of his model and he edited it, and it was so great. So like, there are so many things, so many ways we could be creative doing things virtually. And so I hope that these can be examples for us to follow. The examples are not limited to these, but you can also try other stuff. But do I recommend learning a new language, because you know I like Spanish. I just feel like being bilingual is so beneficial. And so go ahead and learn Spanish, learn French, learn Chinese, learn Italian, Mandarin. Whatever language interests you, go ahead and use this time to learn a new language. Also learn a trade, learn a skill. If you like makeup, go watch YouTubers do their makeup, and you practice on your own, try your new tricks and put your own little style to it. Also, I would like to say, like, even if you want to like start a business, go and do some research on how to start a business, or tips and tricks for beginners. Or even if you want to be more financial literate, or you want to find ways to really boost your income, I would say try out those forex trading opportunities. And big up to my boy Tyler Kelman. He's actually a certified trader, I guess that's what you call it, I'm not sure, but he has been trading and he's doing a fantabulous job. And so I would also like to recommend a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. That's a good book to help you understand finance differently, help to open up your eyes to a lot of things. So use this time to research stuff. Also, even if you like, let's just say construction, just be like, hey dad, you can get me some wood from Cali's. I want to learn how to bam the wide thing, make one desk, make one bed, hey, whatever it is. Just use this time to really develop your skills, to really find out what you like and dislike, and use this time to help make you a better person. So yes, so I hope that you find these tips and tricks useful. As I mentioned, they are not limited to these. There are so many things that you can do during this quarantine time. Just use it to the best of your abilities. Turn the frown upside down, because this is your time to shine. This is your time to work on you. This is your time to realize what you really want to be in the future and what your purpose really is. So I hope that this was encouragement for you, and I hope to see you on a next video where I give you another dose of some positivity. Thank you so much thus far for supporting my channel, and thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing, and thank you for supporting me. I love you.